3 days for the delegates, exhibitors and business experts. And last 2 days are dedicated to the general public. ಈ 2 ದಿನಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಹಾಗೂ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಹಲವಾರು ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕರು ಈ ಒಂದು ಏರ್ ಶೋನ ಬಾನಂಗಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಲೋಹ ಹಾಕಿಗಳ ಆರಾಟವನ್ನ ಕಣ್ತುಂಬಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಷನ್ ಕೂಡ 2 ದಿವಸ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಷನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಲವಾರು ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಎಕ್ವಿಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು, ವಿಮಾನಗಳನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡೋದಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅವು ಹೇಗೆ ತಯಾರಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇವೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನ ಕೂಡ ನೋಡುವಂತ ಅವಕಾಶ ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕರಿಗೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಯುವ ಜನತೆಗೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಮುಂದಿನ ಪೀಳಿಗೆಗೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದು ಏಷ್ಯಾದ ಅತಿ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಏರ್ ಶೋ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಬಹುಶಃ 2 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ಆಗುವಂತಹ ಈ ಒಂದು ಏರ್ ಶೋನ ಕಣ್ತುಂಬಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಕಳೆದ 3 ದಿವಸ ಏನೇನಾಯ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಗಿರೀಶ್ ನಿಂಗಣ್ಣ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಬರ್ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಸರ್ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ನಾವು ದೂರದರ್ಶನ ಚಂದನ ಹಾಗೂ ಡಿಡಿ ತಮಿಳ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈವ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ವೀಕ್ಷಕರು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಗಮನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಏನು ಲೈವ್ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ ಏರ್ ಶೋ, ಅದನ್ನ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸರ್, ಕಳೆದ ನಮ್ಮ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರ ಅನುಕೂಲಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಕಳೆದ 3 ದಿವಸ ಏನೇನಾಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ವಿವರಣೆ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದಾ?
ಕಳೆದ 3 ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅತಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ನಮಗೆ ರೋಮಾಂಚನ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸೋದು 2 5th ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಫೈಟರ್ ಏರ್ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್. ಆ 2 ಯಾವ ತರ ಮ್ಯಾನುವರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ ತರ ಫ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ಒಂದು ವಿಶೇಷವಾದ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್. ಅದನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಬಂದು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೇನೆ ಅದು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಹೊತ್ತು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಾಯ್ತು ಈಗಾಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
ಎಸ್, ನಾನು ಕೂಡ ನನಗೆ ಗಮನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ಸರ್. ದ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೀರೀಸ್ 3 ದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸುಖಾಯ್ Su-57 ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್?
ಹೌದು, ಖಂಡಿತ. ಸುಖಾಯ್
ಅದರ ವಿಶೇಷತೆ ಏನ್ ಸರ್?
ನೋಡಿ, ಸುಖಾಯ್ 57 ಬಂದು ಈ 5ನೇ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 5ನೇ ತಲೆಮಾರಿನ ಏರ್ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದು. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಡಬಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನ್ ಏರ್ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ಇದು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದು ಸ್ಟೆಲ್ತ್ ಏರ್ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್. 5ನೇ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೆಲ್ತ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರೆಡಾರ್ಗೆ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಾಣದೇ ಇರೋವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರೆಡಾರ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮೈನ್ಯೂಟಾಗಿ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆಯೋ ಇಂದೋ ಅದೊಂದು ಪಕ್ಷಿ ಹಾರಾಡ್ತಿದ್ಯೋನೋ ಆ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅದು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಬೇಗ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು 2000 ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ 2 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಹತ್ತತ್ರ 2500 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಪರ್ ಅವರ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡಲ್ಲಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಅತಿ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಸೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 66,000 ಫೀಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಹೈಟ್ ಅದು ಫ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯ ಉಳ್ಳಂತ ಏರ್ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್.
And there is a narrative like the competition between US F-35 and Sukhoi, and US is saying that ours is superior and Russia is saying that Sukhoi is superior. So which one do you think more capable of, sir?
See, F-35 is also equally good aircraft like Su-75, but F-35 ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನ್ ಅಂದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಥ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಟು ಪುಷ್. ಅದು ಬಂದು ಹತ್ತತ್ರ 190 ಕಿಲೋ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಬೇರೆ ಸುಖಾಯ್ 75 ಬಂದು ಡಬಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನ್, ಅದ್ರ ಥ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದು 280 ಕಿಲೋ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪವರ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಮೇನ್ ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನ್. ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಲ್ತ್ ಫೀಚರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಮೋರ್ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ದೆನ್ ಸುಖಾಯ್ 57 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಒಂದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈ ಏವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಸೂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ಡ್ ದೆನ್ ದ ಏವಿಯಾನಿಕ್ಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಸುಖಾಯ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರ ಟೆಲಿಮೆಟ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಆಗಲಿ.
And we can see the roar from the crowd, sir. The flight is taking off in a short while and this flight is going to take place. And sir, last question, ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಜಿನಿಯಸ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ HL, ವಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಫ್ಲೈಟ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅವರ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡರ್ಸ್ ಅವೈಲಬಲ್ ಇಯರ್ ಸರ್?
ನೋಡಿ, LCA ತೇಜಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ 1A ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಫ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದು ಹತ್ತತ್ರ 83 ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಏರ್ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ. ನಾವು ಡೆಲಿವರಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಇದುವರೆಗೂ 40 ತೇಜಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ 1 ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. ಮಾರ್ಕ್ 1A ಡೆಲಿವರಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಏರ್ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ 1. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೆಲಿಕಾಪ್ಟರ್ LUH ನಮ್ಮ ತುಮಕೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಆಗುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಹೆಲಿಕಾಪ್ಟರ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, LUH ಲೈಟ್ ಯುಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಹೆಲಿಕಾಪ್ಟರ್, ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಮತ್ತು HTT-40 ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಮತ್ತು HJT-36 ಸಿತಾರ ಅಂತ ಇಂಟರ್ಮೀಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಜೆಟ್ ಫೈಟರ್ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಲೈ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಮತ್ತು ಡಾರ್ನಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಮದೇ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಲೈ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಕಿರಣ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್, ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು.
ಸೌಂಡ್ ಕೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂಥರ ಮಜಾ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭವಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ಹಾಗೆ ಇನ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 3 days there are many agreement between the countries, between the providers. So can you highlight what all the main agreement has taken place in the last 3 days business?
Only one thing I know, there was some major agreement with Saffron engines, some LEAP engines ಅಂತಾರೆ, ವೇರ್ ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಏರ್ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಜಿನ್ಸ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡೋವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್. ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗಾನ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಡೆಪ್ತ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್.
So and also there are many delegates, ministers and foreign people are be there. So ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ಕೂಡ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು, ಚುಂಚನಗಿರಿ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ. Who and all came?
ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದಂಗೆ ನಿರ್ಮಲಾನಂದ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಗಳು ಬಂದಿದ್ರು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ತೇಜಸ್ವಿ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು, ಮತ್ತು ನಾಳೆ ಯದುವೀರ್ ಅವ್ರು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನನಗೊಂದು ಸುದ್ದಿ ಬಂತು. ಮತ್ತು ಅವರು HAL ಟ್ರೈನರ್ನೇನೋ ಫ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ದೇರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್. ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಇವತ್ತು ತೇಜಸ್ವಿ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಅವ್ರು ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದಂಗೆ HTT-40 ಅಂತ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರೈನರ್ ಫ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಲೈಟ್ ಯುಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಹೆಲಿಕಾಪ್ಟರ್ ನಿರ್ಮಲಾನಂದ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವರು ಮತ್ತು ತೇಜಸ್ವಿ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಅವರು ಮತ್ತು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್ HAL ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಮೆನಿ ಮೋರ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಕಮ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಚಂದನ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಸರ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಾತಾಡೋ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ ಲೇಡೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಜೆಂಟ್ಲ್ಮೆನ್, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅವರ್ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಗಿರೀಶ್ ನಿಂಗಣ್ಣ. ಇನ್ನೇನು ಕೆಲವೇ ಕ್ಷಣಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ರನ್ವೇಯಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಗೋ ಲೈವ್ ಫಾರ್ Air Show Aero India 2025.
QuickBooks gives me the superpower to automate my invoices, track expenses, and get paid fast, so I can get back to what I love. Get more done in less time with QuickBooks Online.
Book a cabin in the woods that's approved by the locals. Booking.com, booking.yeah.
अब आपके सामने प्रदर्शन करने आ रहा है भारत में ही रूपांकित, विकसित और निर्मित भारत का गर्व लाइट यूटिलिटी हेलीकॉप्टर LUH. Continuing the visual treat over the pristine skies of Bengaluru, presenting now is the latest addition to the rotary wing fleet of HAL, the light utility helicopter. The LUH is a 3-ton class utility helicopter indigenously designed and developed by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited and meets the requirements of both military and civil operators.
Dear audience, for those of you who missed the B-1B Lancer the first time, flying in again from your left is the aircraft with onboard self-protection electronic jamming equipment, radar warning receiver and expendable countermeasure system, along with a towed decoy system. It complements its low radar cross-section to form an integrated, robust defense system that supports penetration of hostile airspace.
Ladies and gentlemen, please shift your gaze to the left where the LUH, painted in shining colors, is ready for takeoff. In its first maneuver, the LUH is going to go vertically up in a 360-degree spiral at 300 feet per minute. When it successfully performed landing and takeoff at the world's highest battlefield, the CHIempN Glacier. Powered with a single turboshaft engine and equipped with a 4-bladed hingeless main rotor and bearingless tail rotor, the LUH has sufficient power margins to cater to demanding high-altitude missions. The light utility helicopter is a versatile platform well matched for all the unforgiving terrains of India. Its successful trials at Ladakh, Jodhpur and other locations is a testimony to this. And there she goes, vertically up in a spiral, 360 degrees in the turn. There she is, dipping her nose, accelerating smoothly to maneuvering speeds. Hold your breath as the LUH prepares for the wing over. The pilots make a sharp pitch up to 60 degrees, hit the pedals coming out left and dive right back. Ladies and gentlemen, the LUH accelerates away, positioning for the most challenging stall turns. You will now notice the LUH climbing up steeply as it bleeds off its speed to zero and with a sharp rudder turn accelerates downwards. Wasn't that breathtaking? A challenging maneuver executed with ease by the brilliant pilots and made possible by the unique design. And here it is, going for the signature maneuver once again right in front of us. As the old adage goes, save the best for the last. Towards the end of this segment, we shall now witness the LUH move precipitously, building momentum to perform the zoom climb. This maneuver is carried out to gain altitude in the shortest possible time. The helicopter will execute a steep, rapid ascent to gain altitude and level off at the top into a high hover. The intense forces exerted on the helicopter during a zoom climb demonstrate the robust airframe design and a powerful but nimble rotor which puts complete freedom in the hands of the pilot to focus on the mission. The zoom climb remains a testament to the advanced capabilities of LUH. ಈ LUH ವಿಮಾನ ನಮ್ಮ ತುಮಕೂರು ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ HAL ಇಂದ ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸಲ್ಪಟ್ಟ ಏಷ್ಯಾದ ಅತಿ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಹೆಲಿಕಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಕಾರ್ಖಾನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಸಿದ್ಧಪಡಿಸಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿಯೂ ನಮ್ಮೂರು ಹೆಲಿಕಾಪ್ಟರ್. Shining example of Atmanirbhar Bharat, the LUH symbolizes India's growing strength in helicopter design and manufacture. And that, ladies and gentlemen, marks the brilliant end of the display by LUH. Please give the wonderful pilots a big wave and a huge round of applause.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the marvelous aircraft Su-57 from the Russia has lined up. Going vertical. And now he goes inverted, coming out of the 3/4 loop. Gear up for a 60-degree climb. And now he shall perform a maneuver called as stall turn and dive. He's pulling up the altitude, and that's the stall turn. And now the aircraft tumblings out and diving with high speeds coming in right in front of you. Do hold your breath for a wing over that's going to be performed over the center stage. And that's the peculiar wing over of Su-57. Do hold your breath as the aircraft shall fall like a falling leaf in the autumn. The aircraft shall now perform a steep climb at 60 degrees with 3/4 ascending roll. Ascending spin performed by Su-57, one of the very few aircraft that can perform this maneuver.
And keep your eyes glued for an accelerated hook turn towards his right. And that's him pulling up 90 degrees like a cobra in the sky. The Cobra maneuver is also known as the Pugachev Cobra, and Su-57 is the only aircraft that can perform it presently. Here he pulls up once again. Now the attitude is 130 degrees. Cobra once again with his magnificent hood in the sky. And that's what we call the Nesterov loop. For a landing, do keep your eyes riveted. As the pilot positions for the first maneuver, let me introduce this aircraft to you. Started as HAL's in-house development program, HDT-40 has been under development since 2013. The first prototype of HDT-40 performed its first experimental flight on 31st of May 2016. Since then, the aircraft has successfully completed all the tests, including the spin certification. The HDT-40 showcases the design, development and manufacturing prowess of Hindustan Aeronautics Limited to take up any challenge that comes to it. The first maneuver, the pilot will execute a wing over to the left and position for a barrel roll to the right. Please look ahead. This maneuver showcases the aircraft's maneuverability. Once again, the pilot is going to carry out a wing over to the right to face the audience as he positions himself for a barrel roll to the left. During the barrel roll, the pilot pulls up for a loop and then rolls the aircraft to change its direction by 90 degrees by the time he's on his back. He continues with the loop while rolling the aircraft to recover in the original direction where he started the maneuver. For executing this maneuver, the pilot has started a loop built up by the Aircraft Research and Design Center of HAL. This aircraft is designed by a young team.
Low-level aerobatic display by one of the world's most agile fighter aircraft, the Sukhoi 30 MKI, also known as the Singh Chahal, nicknamed Barry. He's a qualified flying instructor and has more than 1700 hours on the type. He is the flight commander of 31 Squadron Lions. The motto of the squadron is "Kill with every blow." Aiding him is the Weapons System Officer, Squadron Leader Amal NS. The aircraft is now positioning off a left turn to execute the famous loop tumble yaw. The Sukhoi 30 is one of the few aircraft in the world that can do this extremely complex maneuver. Shift your gaze upwards as the aircraft takes the center stage, pulling up. Look on as he describes a circle in the vertical plane. Let me see how many of you can spot the aircraft and the pilot inverted waving at you. Notice how the nose travels quickly in a manner called the tumble, followed by the yaw, thereby bidding farewell to all the known laws of aerodynamics. This maneuver helps him change direction quickly. Apart from the sheer flying skill, this maneuver is made possible by a combination of thrust-vectored engines and fly-by-wire technology. Positioning from the right this time to carry out a series of rolls in front of you, followed by the rolls in a climb. And there you go! Not only requires skill but a high degree of situational awareness and absolute mastery of the aircraft and its systems. Keep your eyes riveted to the aircraft approaching from your left. What distinguishes a good fighter jet is not only its ability to fly supersonic but also the ability to fly slow. And this is precisely what you are witnessing in front of you. The speeds are as slow as 240 kilometers per hour. As they rightly say, even the winds stop to stare. Now notice how the aircraft engages reheat and climbs using the massive power of its two afterburning engines. Here both Barry and Amal are repositioning to display another unique ability of the aircraft, the ability to turn in a dime, as they say, minimum radius turns. The aircraft is flying at speeds close to 500 kilometers per hour and is describing a circle on ground less than 450 meters in radius. This allows superior air combat performance when engaged with an adversary. Now Barry is positioning for another loop tumble yaw in case you missed the first one. This time he is positioning 12 o'clock to us. pitches up for a loop. And here's the tumble. Quickly followed by the yaw. The slice. Just like you slice fruits with your kitchen knife, the aircraft shall be appearing to cut the sky into two halves. This astounding maneuver was only possible due to the sheer skill of the pilot and the spectacular handling characteristics of the Sukhoi 30 MKI at all speed regimes. And there she slides downwards. And from your right this time to perform a maneuver called the vertical Charlie, representing the motto of the Indian Air Force, touching the sky with glory. The aircraft is now positioning for landing. Do notice that as the pilot lowers the undercarriage, he will demonstrate the short landing capability of the aircraft. Panache, do enjoy the featherweight landing of this mighty beast. That, ladies and gentlemen, was the mighty Sukhoi 30 MKI demonstrating its superior agility. This is one of the few operational combat aircraft in the world with thrust vectoring and is truly the very best.
Dear audience, it's time now for the smallest aircraft of the display. The aircraft coming next is so small that one day each one of you could own it, and that's the purpose for which it has been developed by National Aerospace Laboratories. New generation Hansa aircraft is also known as Hansa NG. This is India's first all-composite light aircraft designed and developed by CHIR NAL in the very light aircraft category, ideally suited for ab initio flying training, the sports and hobby flying. Please look to your left as the pilot rolls out for the first maneuver. Now he is executing a left turn. Thereafter, he will change his direction by 360 degree, turning right with a minimum radius of possible turn. Aircraft is a two-seater aircraft with low wing and low noise emission and option to use both motor gasoline and aviation gasoline. Now the aircraft is initiating 360-degree turn in a right pattern. Within no time this will roll out on the original direction, showcasing its maneuverability without losing altitude and potential. Aircraft will be positioning itself for a next maneuver, which is the horizontal figure of 8. It will take a left turn and thereafter, when it becomes parallel to runway, will start the new maneuver. This horizontal 8 is a combination of two steep turns, showcasing the thrust margin of aircraft and its potential to demonstrate sustained rate of turn. Now it has started the first leg and taking right. Now leveling out and initiating in a left turn pattern for the second part of horizontal 8 maneuver. While the aircraft positions for the next maneuver, I would like to introduce you to the pilot flying this machine. The aircraft being flown by Wing Commander Saurabh Kumar Singh of ASTE. He is a test pilot in the Aircraft and System Testing Establishment of Indian Air Force, which is based in the city of Bangalore. He has flown a total of 13 aircraft within a short span of 15.5 years of service and has 2,300 hours of flying to his credit on different types of fighter, trainers, transport class of aircraft. Now, aircraft is initiating a wingover maneuver. First, towards right, and thereafter completion will enter into a left wingover. Now initiating left wingover. As you can see, the aircraft now is positioning for a short circuit and landing. It will land close to the dash and keep its nose up till very high. But before that, it will show a maneuver in which it will be doing waggling the wings. It is leaving a message that the Indian force has always been supporting and will always support the indigenous aircraft and systems, no matter what. This aircraft can run on both type of fuels, that is motor gasoline and aviation gasoline, which allows it to be more flexible and economically operatable. It has a service ceiling of 10,000 feet above mean sea level and maximum speed of 140 knots.
Ladies and gentlemen, the intermediate jet trainer THspodC ready for takeoff. The aircraft will now turn left, going in for a wing over and to position for the first maneuver, the barrel roll. From the splendid wing over, going in for the barrel roll. Ability to take a small radius turn as it prepares for a loop along the runway. Achieve the desired parameters without any fear of surge or over temperature. And that was the loop deftly executed by the IJT. Please observe how the pilot pulls up and carries out a left wing over to demonstrate a simulated weapons release. With over 5,500 hours of experience in more than 20 types of aircraft, including the Jaguar, the IJT, Sukhoi and THspodC. Wasn't that just amazing? The THspodC is highly resistant to depart. The aircraft accelerates to a speed of 400 knots to perform a few snap rolls right in front of you. Please notice how the pilot uses the agility of the IJT to execute a high G turn. The aircraft also houses an AI-based voice activation system capable of operating onboard avionics by voice command of the pilot. The aircraft into skilled aviators. The pilot is now flying in from your left to execute a tight circuit to land. Please notice as the aircraft flaunts its undercarriage and flaps right in front of you. Advanced anti-skid system in its brakes, making it an ideal platform to operate from short airfields. And that was the intermediate jet trainer, the THspodC. A huge round of applause for the pilots and the team behind the IJT.
And now, after the marvelous aerobatics performed by the THDC, it's time to get set to witness a thrilling aerobatic display by none other than the Sukhoi aerobatic team. I would like to tell you that the 9 aircraft of the Sukhoi team have now lined up and are getting set to take off from the runway right in front of you. I would like to share with you that the Sukhoi aerobatic team is the only 9 aircraft aerobatic team, not just in India, but all across Asia. और मैं आपको बता दूं कि इस टीम की हर बात है कुछ खास. और आज इस टीम का जो टेक ऑफ आप देखने वाले हैं, वो भी बहुत ही अनोखा होने वाला है. आप सब ने आज एक विमान को तो रनवे से टेक ऑफ करते जरूर देखा है, मगर आज आपके सामने रनवे से टेक ऑफ करेंगे एक नहीं, दो नहीं, बल्कि 9 विमान एक साथ. Yes, you heard that right. What you are about to witness is a Vic formation takeoff, in which all the 9 aircraft of the Sukhoi team will be taking off together in groups of 3 each. इस प्रकार के टेक ऑफ का प्रयोग सबसे पहले वर्ल्ड वॉर 1 के दौरान किया गया था, और इसका मुख्य उद्देश्य है कम से कम समय में विमानों को आसमान में पोजीशन करना. Please look to your left. Here they come to present the first Vic takeoff. Aircraft of the team are now airborne. Let's get set for the final quick takeoff. Look to the left of the runway. Here come 3 aircraft for one final quick takeoff. Team are now airborne. They are now gathering together in the sky and regrouping to fly in for a grand entrance which you do not want to miss. And while we await the team's arrival, I would like to share with you that the Sukhoi team, Sukhois also made the nation proud in various countries of the world. Please do keep your gaze fixed on these aircraft as you will now see them changing position and coming into a new formation. Matter of pride for each one of us that the astronauts selected for this prestigious number 7. And now look straight ahead. The aircraft are now flying on the wings of number 7 and have formed the shape of the mighty Sukhoi. This formation is dedicated to the multi-role of... Well, now I'm sure you remember that one aircraft had detached from the formation some time back. But looks like he couldn't stay away for too long. Please look to your left because here comes number 2, Squadron Leader Jasdeep Singh. Number 6, Wing Commander Rajesh And to present a 360-degree view of this aircraft, here... towards your right and get set to welcome number 7 straight ahead. There they go, pulling up towards the sky. Don't you go anywhere because we are just getting started. The team will now commence the second phase of the display, which is called the synchronous phase. And now we are ready to bring the action much lower and closer to you. A few moments ago, you saw the aircraft of the team flying together in close formation. But now they will split into smaller elements of 2, 3 and 5 aircraft and come towards you from different directions and in lightning fast speeds. So for the very first synchro maneuver, please look to your left because here come number 8 and number 6. And also look to your right because here comes number 9 being closely followed by number 5. And get ready for the barbed wire cross. मैं आपको बता दूं कि ऐसे जोखिम भरे कर्तव्य इतनी दक्षता से करने के लिए कड़ी मेहनत और एक दूसरे पर पूरी तरह भरोसा करना बहुत ही जरूरी है। तो इसी कठिन परिश्रम और अटूट भरोसे की एक और झलक आपको दिखाने आ रहे हैं आपकी बाईं ओर से विंग कमांडर एलन जॉर्ज। But also look to your right because here comes Squadron Leader Ankit Vashisht to present the coolest high five in the sky. team leader coming in with his wingmen in the shape of the English letter A. And let me tell you that this A represents the mighty aerospace power that the Indian Air Force is today. But wait a second, who's that coming in from your left? Ladies and gentlemen, that's our Bangalore boy, Wing Commander Arjun Patel, who went crossing the Alpha and is now presenting a loop. In the next maneuver, you will see 3 aircraft approaching you together. But as they get closer, you will see that one aircraft will be flying upside down. But don't worry, he has complete faith in his wingmen to guide him in the sky, even when flying inverted. Please look to your right for this next maneuver called the inverted Vic. Get ready for this next maneuver, which will be commencing from your right. You will see 5 aircraft coming towards you in formation. But as they get closer, 2 of the inner members will roll outwards and exchange position with the outer members. Confused with what you just heard? Well, take a look for yourself. Please look towards your right and get set to witness the rollbacks. टीम का अगला मैनूवर है बहुत ही खास, क्योंकि ये दर्शाता है अनेकता में एकता, जो है भारत की विशेषता. Please shift your gaze slightly towards your left and you will see 4 aircraft, one behind another, rolling gloriously in the sky. Present the 4 pillars of India's unity, which are patriotism, empathy, brotherhood and trust. Here they come for one final look from your left. Forming the shape of the DNA in the sky. And in our DNA, we store the core values of the Indian Air Force: mission, integrity, excellence. Presenting from your left is the DNA maneuver. one behind the other. A display of precision, discipline, and unwavering determination. Do look closely because they will soon disperse in the sky, symbolizing the three mighty arms of the Indian Armed Forces, the Army, Navy, and the Air Force. Please look straight ahead and brace yourselves for the Trishul maneuver. Because from your right, you will see 5 aircraft coming towards you. And as they get closer and closer, on my count of 3, 2, 1, they will all roll together in the sky to present an aerial rock and roll. So please shift your gaze towards your right. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, here we go! Look closely because as they come down, they will twist in the air and spread out in different directions, demonstrating the arms and services of the Indian Armed Forces, which are united in their mission of defending our nation. And there they go, presenting the Suryakiran burst. Well, this next maneuver is going to be very, very special because you will see our pilots will turn into artists and draw a beautiful picture in the sky dedicated to each and every one of you. So, please, kusum se pat saja hai, बादलों से अनुचरों ने स्वर्ण की पोशाक धारी, आ रही रवि की सवारी, आ रही रवि की सवारी. There goes Wing Commander Arjun Patel presenting the half Cuban. Do keep up the applause because here he comes right back towards us to take a closer look at his audience. Please do wave at him as he is also waving at you from his cockpit. Shift your gaze straight ahead as here come the aircraft proudly waving the tricolor in the sky. And now on the leader's call, they will disperse in the sky like the rays of the sun. So hear the leader from his cockpit.
An aerobatic team wishes the audience blue skies and happy landings.
And we're not done yet. What you just witnessed was the aircraft spreading out in different directions. Well, now they are joining up with each other in the sky, repositioning, and will be flying in, showcasing the arrowhead formation. Do get ready because this next formation, the arrowhead, symbolizes